Welcome to the Motorcycle Diaries on Friday, 23rd of April. Hello, Toothless, check this out. Actually, you don't want to see that, it's raining. Yeah, bit of manic week, as I was saying. Finally getting internet connection on Tuesday, so we're back doing major full reviews on these bikes as from Monday. Had a problem this week with a smashed tooth from rugby. Finally got it removed at the hospital last night, so feeling a lot better today, let's put it that way. Now, having completed my kind of one video review of the Fat Bob, it's time for you to do a one video review of the rather good Suzuki V Strom DL650X. This is kind of the entry level one, comes in at around £5,300 on the road. It's got the SV650 V-twin engine, but it's been retuned to provide a lot more mid-range torque, and I've got to tell you, having ridden this bike for a week after having it off Suzuki, brand new, it's bloody amazing. There's not a lot you can't do on it, you know. It feels sporty enough to kind of be that sports bike around town. Obviously, it's comfortable enough to be a tourer with the adjustable screen, the hand guards and the riding position and the great suspension, but it's also good enough to do a little bit of off-road stuff, and as you can see, it's got the grate fitted there as an engine protection. It's got all the little bars on it as well, so if you were to drop it, you wouldn't do too much damage. And just in general, I've got to admit, I tested one in blue last year up against a Honda Transalp. This looks amazing in white. Maybe a bit out in the sun helps, but I think that's a really sexy looking bike. Now, you look in the category of this, the BMW 650, to mention the Transalp and also the Kawasaki Versys, all really capable bikes. I've ridden the Transalp, not ridden the BMW or the Quacker yet, which is something I'm hoping to move on to later on the year. But as you can see, I like the styling on this. You can have boxes put into it. You can commute every day on this machine, but you can also have a lot of fun on it. Having ridden it back from Suzuki and then riding it during the week every now and again, just to trips to the shop, out on the motorway, I can tell you it does cruise beautifully on the motorway. Better, for instance, than the Gladius that I rode down to Suzuki the other week. It was so much more comfortable coming back on this. Didn't have the buffeting from the wind. This screen's adjustable as well, so if you're a tall, lanky geezer like me, who's 6'3", the great thing is you can actually kind of just adjust that and get that put up. As I say, with the handguards and everything else, it's a great overall package, and for the price that it comes in at, it's kind of ridiculous. It does do everything. Now I'm going to head down to Suzuki Milton Keynes today and do a bit of testing on my race bike and stuff, and swap it over for the GSX even at 1250, a bike that's got a lot of people talking. I had a sneak preview on a street bike before, but this bike has made a really good impression on me in the week that I've had it. Obviously, you can ride it in the wet because it is, you know, it's got the kind of all-weather tyres and it's got the road gear on. It's just a really fun bike. It's been really hard to choose between this and the Fat Bob. The Fat Bob's for cruising around in the sun. This one's get some serious riding done, and it has got that kind of sporting pedigree with the SV650 V-twin. Anyway, I love my twins. I'm going to head out on the motorway now, M1. Or M6, M1, down at Milton Keynes, get on the roundabouts. Not going to get any helmet footage today because I've got a bit of a sore neck, and it sounds crazy that a camera does my head in on the motorway, so I've just got to wait till next week to do some more helmet camera footage. But until then, just have to make up with me talking about this wonderful bike. It's time for me to hit the road and head to Suzuki. See you in a bit. Here we are then, safe and sound at Suzuki head office in Milton Keynes. What a machine, what a ride down, sun's out. Honestly, that's one of the funnest rides and fastest rides I've ever gone on. This bike makes going quickly, so easy and comfortable. A great comparison, for instance, between this and the Gladius. Now, I love the Gladius 650, that twin, obviously the same one that this has got, slightly retuned. Brilliant, but with the screen on the front, a bit more fairing, highest riding position, better suspension. Wow, it just makes it so much easier. Little things, obviously, like the handguards. Obviously, it's beautiful and sunny today, but just meant that I was crumbing down here on the motorway. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. I'm just in standard leathers, and brilliant. Really, really enjoyed it. This bike was a hell of a lot of fun. Now, it's a classic example, like when I was talking about the Honda VFR 1200, a bike that can do many things. It's got a bit of sporting pedigree with the Gladius engine in there, that SV650 engine, I should say, really. It can be a tourer because it's comfortable enough to do long distances on. It's a commuter. You can really use this riding, and it's handling it is so good. You can so chuck it around. Excellent grip from the tyres. And you know what? People who say, well, isn't that sporty, is it? I had the front up on this coming around some of the roundabouts in Milton Keynes. It is sporty, trust me. You can go very fast on this very easily, like bikes, like the Honda VFR, as I was saying. Honestly, for the money that this is, what, £5,400, that's an incredible machine. I really, really like it. Now, it's different. Obviously, if you want a sports bike, you know, that you're just going to take out track days on a Sunday, this has got a pedigree in there for you. You could have a lot of fun on this, but go for a sports bike. If you just want a bike to commute on, do it. But if you want a bike that you're going to use every day, that you can commute on, that you can take off road if you want, but, you know, that you want to be able to have fun on, and you keep up, really would, with pretty much any 600 racers on this. Again, just because they'll be like head buffeted, getting their face on the tank, and you'll just be sitting there proud, swinging your ass around in the corners and getting out. And as I say, man, you've got enough torque to get that front end up, and it is torquey. I've just really, really enjoyed riding this. Every aspect of it seems to come together really well. Suzuki as well, so you know it's well built, it's going to last well. It's a great alternative for someone just pass your test. So I'm looking, you know, to something a little bit different. Because obviously 600 sports bikes, you've got millions of them. So we're talking about the Trans Alp, the Versus, in this kind of category, this kind of all-round enduro tourer. But I really, really enjoyed this bike, and I think when I had it last, I didn't realise how much fun it could be on the road. And I think that's been the biggest thing, I suppose, that made the impression on me now is, this is great. And again, I'm keep making this conclusion, but it's so true. If you buy one of these, you're not going to be disappointed. Obviously, as I say, if you want a full-out, balls-to-the-wall sports bike, go get one of those. But with this, you can do everything on, have so much fun, do it in comfort. It's practical, it's sensible, it looks good. It's a damn good bike. It's made a pretty good impression on me on this last week. But I am here at Suzuki. It's time for me to go swap it in, unfortunately, give the keys back. My next steed is the GSX 1250, which I had a bit of go on. Street Bike gave me one the other week for a few days when the B-King went back in for a test ride. And I can tell you, we're talking about good all-round bikes, the bike we're going to be on next is kind of like a cheap, no-frills version of the VFR by Suzuki. It's got an incredible engine in, but anyway. Enough of that. I'll get my reviewing on that started tomorrow. Until next time, my illustrious compadres, ride safe. Obviously, signing off, Suzuki V Strom DL650X. For the money, you know, around the 554 mark, it's depending on where you get it from on the road. An incredible machine. Fast, fun, easy to ride, great to ride as well, and just practical and comfortable, and yeah, gets a double thumbs up from the Wilkins. So until next time, ride safe, amigos.